Bought a peace lily once for the blooms. Sat there the better part of a year and gave me nothing. Yellow leaves, no flowers. So one Saturday, I'd had enough, washed the dirt off, and stuck it in a jar of water just to watch it die out of sight. 3 weeks on, the roots had changed clean over. A month after that, 4 blooms, more than it ever managed in dirt. Dirt had nothing to do with it. I'd been raising the thing wrong. Got 9 more lined up for you, plants that do better off the soil than stuck in it, and one near the end worth the wait. We'll start where I did. Peace lily. What happened on that counter comes down to plain biology. Move a peace lily into water, and the old roots, built for gripping soil, can't function underwater. They rot away over the next few weeks while the plant grows a whole new set, built for living in water. Give it about 3 weeks, and the trade's done. That's usually right when folks panic and pull the plug. Roots falling apart, water a little cloudy, looks like you've killed it, when really it's just remodeling top to bottom. Wash every bit of soil off before you start. Change the water every few days while those roots come in, then once a week's plenty after. Keep it away from cats and dogs. It'll make them sick if chewed. Took my neighbor doing the same with a cutting of his own before I'd believe my eyes. Now, Coleus, that one's a different animal, and it doesn't make you wait. Roots in 3-4 days in water, color holds truer than it ever did fighting for nutrients in a pot. Change the water twice a week. Pinch the tips for bushier growth instead of long and leggy. This might be the most forgiving plant I've come across. Forget the water a few days, it shrugs it off. Let a cutting sit too long before trimming. Same story. Most plants make you pay for that. Coleus just carries on. Safe around pets. My cats walked past it 100 times without a glance, which I take personally. Pothos is likely the plant that started you down this road, whether you knew it or not. My daughter's the one who finally explained why this works. She's a plant biologist. Dinner at our place gets technical sometimes. The water roots on this one look nothing like the soil version. Fatter, more tangled, built to grab oxygen straight from the water instead of fighting for it underground. Same plant, just running differently depending where you put it. NASA tested this plant in 1989 for an air quality study, and it ranked near the top for clearing toxins out of indoor air. Same folks sending rockets to the moon, testing a houseplant in a jar. 1 cutting, 1 node, a clean jar, water swapped every couple weeks, and that vine turns into 10 plants before you know it. Funny part is, the nursery clerk who used to know my voice by heart hasn't seen me in months. Poisonous to pets, though, so keep it where they can't reach. Spider plant. That one's practically a factory. It throws off baby plants on long stems, each already growing root nubs before you cut it free. Snip one loose, set it in water, roots inside a week. A full plant inside a month. One good spider plant keeps churning out babies for years, so a single jar turns into enough plants for the whole house, then enough to give away to the neighbors. Change the water weekly. Safe around pets. And cats love batting at the hanging ones. Mint's the one in this lineup you can use in the kitchen more than I can say for the rest of these. Strip the bottom leaves off a sprig, set it by a bright window, change the water twice a week, and inside 10 days, you've got roots and new growth. You can smell the difference yourself. Pick a leaf off one growing in water and one growing in soil. Rub them between your fingers, and the water-grown one comes back stronger. The roots aren't working as hard just to breathe, so the plant puts more into the leaves. It climbs trees out in the wild given half a chance, so a windowsill barely slows it down. Trade scantia. From there, it only gets quicker. Trade scantia won't make you wait even a full day. Every node's already got root nubs waiting. Drop it in water, and you'll see roots inside 2 days, fast enough that rooting hormone never enters the picture. The purple and silver hold steadier too, since it tends to wash out when the plant's fighting for nutrients in soil. Change the water every few days? That's the whole job. Lucky bamboo's a different story, since it never had to learn how to live in water. Most folks figure that jar it ships in is just packaging. Truth is, that water's closer to home than any pot would be. This plant grows on shaded forest floors in the wild and never touches dry ground. Enough water to cover the roots by an inch does it, and you can leave it be for 2-3 weeks before swapping it out. Skip the braided ones at the store. The plain stalks run half the price. Safe around pets, nothing to worry over here. Arrowhead plant fixes something you maybe never noticed. In soil, growth comes in fits and starts. Dries out, stalls. You water it, picks back up, round and round. In water, the same roots it uses for climbing trees become its whole root system, and growth keeps rolling steady. Handles a dim corner better than most plants, too. Change the water once a week. You'll notice the color deepen, too, a detail that gets skipped over. Now, philodendron, I'll level with you straight off. Beautiful plant, heart-shaped leaves, climbs like nobody's business, roots in water, just as easy as anything here. But it's genuinely poisonous, full of little crystals that irritate the mouth and throat, bad enough that one curious bite means a trip to the vet. Know a couple whose dog grabbed a fallen leaf off the floor before anyone noticed. Dog came through fine, but it was a long, worried afternoon at that clinic. So if you got anything with 4 legs around the house, this one goes somewhere they truly can't reach, or it stays out of the house altogether. Use water that's room temperature too, especially come winter, since cold water shocks the roots and sets growth back. Chinese evergreen. Save this one for last on purpose, the one most worth the wait. Slowest plant here to put out roots, sometimes a whole month where nothing seems to be happening. Don't pull it out thinking you've done something wrong. It's working away down there out of sight. Worth every bit of the wait, though. Out in Southeast Asia, this thing grows under a canopy so thick almost no sun reaches it. Out of everything on this list, it's the one plant that does its best work in the darkest corner of the room, the spot every other plant here would sulk in. Holds its silver and jade color the whole time, too. Warm water suits it best. Cold sets it back further still. Once it's settled in, it just keeps going. Same as that piece Lily did back at the start. Sits in the same jar for years, sometimes, quietly outdoing every potted version of itself. 10 plants, proving the dirt was optional the whole time. About the only thing any of them asked for was a clean jar and a little patience, less fuss than I ever put into one sitting in a pot